Let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped to think if you really know what you need to be happy? Don't worry, you're not alone. I've been there too, caught in the same endless race, chasing goals, things and people, thinking happiness was some distant destination waiting for me. But do you know what I discovered? We're so busy chasing the big things that we forget about the basics, what truly matters. Today, I want us to get straight to the point. No fluff, no empty promises. Here, we're cutting through the nonsense to talk about what really makes a difference, what science and Stoic philosophy can teach us about happiness. It's not in some far-off achievement or possession. It's in the simple, often overlooked details of daily life. Think about it. Laugh more, take a walk, wake up early, and please, turn off your phone once in a while. These small actions hold incredible power. Stay with me in today's video, and you'll discover why the wisdom of ancient philosophers and modern science still holds lessons for us in the 21st century. Ready to change your life? But before we dive into the first lesson, let me share a story that might help put all of this into perspective. Lesson 1. Turn off your phone and reconnect with reality. When was the last time you turned off your phone? If you have to think about it, it's probably been far too long. In today's world, our devices have become like an extra limb, always with us, always demanding our attention. But here's the thing, the more you're glued to your screen, the more you're missing out on the richness of real life. Science is on our side here. Research has shown that taking even a short break from your phone, just 15 minutes, can significantly reduce stress levels and improve your overall mood. Think of it like giving your brain a much-needed breather after being submerged in a sea of endless notifications. Disconnecting doesn't just help you recharge mentally, it allows you to regain focus and clarity, helping you feel more present. The impact goes beyond personal well-being. How often have you been in a conversation where someone, or maybe even you, keeps glancing at their phone? It might seem harmless, but studies reveal that simply having your phone visible during social interactions reduces empathy and weakens connection. That quick check might not seem like a big deal, but it sends a clear message. The person in front of you isn't as important as whatever's on that screen. So, how do you reclaim control? Start by setting boundaries. Create phone-free zones in your life, like keeping your meals, workouts, or evenings with loved ones screen-free. In those moments, focus entirely on the experience at hand. Yes, it might feel awkward at first, like you're missing out on something, but soon you'll find those moments becoming richer and more fulfilling. Here's the truth. Turning off your phone isn't about disconnecting from the world. It's about reconnecting to yourself, to the people around you, and to the present moment. Life isn't waiting inside a glowing screen. It's happening right now in the world around you. Every time you put your phone down, you're choosing to live fully. So, take that first step. Turn it off, look up, and embrace the beauty of what's right in front of you. Lesson 2. Say yes to life more often. When was the last time you said yes to something that pushed you out of your comfort zone? Think about it. A friend invites you to a party, but instead of feeling excited, you quickly find an excuse. I'm too tired, you say, or I won't know anyone there. Sound familiar? The truth is, every no is a missed chance to discover something new. Here's the science. Stepping outside your routine activates dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. This is why trying new things often leaves you with a sense of exhilaration. Every time you embrace the unknown, you're giving your brain and your life a healthy dose of vitality. Saying yes to new experiences not only breaks monotony, but opens doors to joys and opportunities you didn't even know existed. Start small. Maybe it's saying yes to a morning walk with a neighbor or joining a book club. Accept that invitation to try a dance class or a trivia night, even if you think it's not your thing. The point isn't to suddenly become a social butterfly or dive headfirst into radical changes. It's about opening yourself to the idea of possibility. You might not fall in love with every new experience, but you'll walk away with a story to tell, and sometimes that's even better. Saying yes is about more than just accepting invitations. It's about shifting your mindset. Life is an adventure, and adventures don't happen when you stay in the same place, doing the same things. Growth begins at the edge of your comfort zone, where you allow yourself to embrace uncertainty. Even if things don't go as planned, you'll learn something valuable along the way. So, the next time someone asks you to try something new, take a deep breath and say yes. Let curiosity guide you and watch as new opportunities, friendships, and experiences unfold. Life is too short to stay in the safe and familiar. Sometimes all it takes is one yes to turn a mundane day into something extraordinary. Trust yourself, take the leap, and see where it leads. Lesson 3. Embrace the power of gratitude. When was the last time you truly appreciated the little things in your life? In the hustle of daily routines, it's easy to overlook what we have in pursuit of what we want. But here's the secret. Happiness doesn't come from acquiring more. It stems from appreciating what's already there. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good exercise, it's a transformative practice. Studies have shown that people who actively practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, improved mental health, and stronger relationships. When you take a moment to acknowledge the positives in your life, you're rewiring your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. It's like switching on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, everything feels brighter. So how do you cultivate gratitude? Start small. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to write down 3 things you're thankful for. It doesn't have to be grandiose. Maybe it's the warmth of your morning coffee, a kind word from a colleague, or the way the sun felt on your face. The key is to shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already there. Over time, this simple habit can change your entire perspective. Gratitude isn't just about counting blessings, it's about recognizing their impact. Imagine how different your day feels when you're thankful for the traffic because it gave you time to think, or for the rain because it nourishes the earth. It's about finding beauty in the everyday and realizing that the things we take for granted are often the things we'd miss most. The more gratitude you practice, the more you'll notice its ripple effect. It fosters deeper connections with others as people feel valued and appreciated. It grounds you in the present, reducing anxiety about the future. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances, it changes how you perceive them. Life isn't perfect, and it never will be. But when you choose gratitude, you're choosing to focus on what's good, even in the face of challenges. So, start today. Look around, find one thing you're grateful for, and let that feeling grow. Gratitude is the key to unlocking a more fulfilled and joyful life. Lesson 4. Spend time in nature. When was the last time you truly immersed yourself in nature? Not just a quick stroll, but a moment to pause, breathe, and feel the world around you. In our modern lives, we're often disconnected from the natural world, surrounded by screens, noise, and artificial light. Yet, the benefits of stepping outside are profound. Spending time in nature isn't just a romantic idea, it's a scientifically proven way to boost your mental and physical health. Studies show that being in green spaces reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, while improving focus, mood, and overall well-being. It's as if nature has a built-in reset button for your mind and body. Picture this: a walk through a quiet forest, the soft crunch of leaves underfoot, the scent of pine in the air. It's not just a pleasant experience, It's a healing one. Japanese researchers have even coined a term for this, Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. The idea is simple. Immerse yourself in the sights, sounds and smells of the forest to rejuvenate your soul. No spa day required. Nature also reminds us of our place in the bigger picture. Watching the sunrise, listening to waves crash, or feeling the wind against your face connects you to something larger than yourself. It's a humbling experience that puts your worries into perspective. You don't need to live near a national park to benefit from nature. Start small. A walk in a local park, sitting by a nearby lake, or even tending to a garden. If time is tight, studies suggest that even looking at images of nature or having a plant on your desk can reduce stress. But here's the catch. To truly experience the power of nature, you need to be present. Leave your phone behind, let go of distractions, and focus on the moment. Feel the earth beneath your feet, listen to the birds, and take in the colors and textures around you. Let nature ground you. In a world that moves too fast, nature invites you to slow down, to breathe deeply, to reconnect. So, make time for the outdoors. Not only will it enrich your life, but it will also remind you of the simple, profound beauty that's always within reach. Lesson 5. Say yes to life more often. When was the last time you said yes to something that scared or excited you? Too often, we retreat into the safety of our routines, avoiding the unknown with excuses like, "I'm too busy," or "I don't feel like it." But here's the truth. Life's most fulfilling moments often come from the things we're hesitant to do. Saying yes to life doesn't mean agreeing to everything. It means embracing opportunities that challenge you, inspire you, or simply bring joy. Neuroscience tells us that stepping out of our comfort zone triggers a release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. This is why trying something new, a dance class, a trip to a new city, or even a spontaneous dinner with friends, can leave you feeling alive and energized. But let's be real, saying yes isn't always easy. The fear of failure, embarrassment, or inconvenience often holds us back. What if it doesn't go as planned? What if it's awkward or uncomfortable? These are valid concerns, but they pale in comparison to the regret of missed opportunities. Remember, you're not committing to perfection, you're committing to experience. Start small. Say yes to a walk with a neighbor, an invitation to try a new hobby, or a chance to meet someone new. Each yes is a doorway to growth, to stories you'll tell, and to memories you'll cherish. Even if the experience isn't perfect, it's a step toward a fuller, richer life. Think about it this way. Every yes is an investment in yourself. It's a chance to grow, to learn, and to discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. It's the difference between watching life happen and actively participating in it. Over time, saying yes becomes less about bravery and more about habit, a way of life that welcomes opportunity with open arms. So the next time an opportunity comes knocking, take a deep breath and say, yes. It might not change your life overnight, but it could be the start of something incredible. After all, life's best moments often come from the unexpected. Lesson 6. Don't hold on to resentment. Have you ever felt the weight of resentment dragging you down? It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with anger and bitterness. The problem is, it doesn't just hurt the person you're angry at, it hurts you more. Resentment is a thief, stealing your peace, your joy, and your ability to move forward. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Science backs this up. Studies show that holding grudges increases stress, impacts your immune system, and even affects your heart health. Meanwhile, forgiveness, letting go of that resentment, has the opposite effect, reducing stress and improving overall well-being. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior or forgetting what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the grip of negativity. Imagine you're in a boat caught in a storm. You can either fight the waves with anger and exhaustion, or you can let go of the struggle and sail toward calmer waters. Forgiveness is your way to calmer waters. But how do you forgive when the hurt runs deep? Start by acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel angry or hurt. These emotions are valid. Next, try to see the situation from a broader perspective. What can you learn from this experience? How can it help you grow? Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it empowers you to shape your future. You might think forgiveness benefits the other person, but the truth is, it's a gift you give yourself. It's about reclaiming your peace and choosing not to let someone else's actions dictate your happiness. Each time you let go of resentment, you lighten your emotional load and create space for joy and gratitude. Forgiveness is a process, not a one-time decision. Some days it will feel easier than others, and that's okay. What matters is the intention to release the hurt, little by little. Over time, you'll find that what once felt heavy no longer has power over you. Life is too short to carry the burden of resentment, so let it go, not for them, but for you. Free yourself from the weight and watch how much lighter and happier you feel. Lesson 7. Wake up early and take control of your day. There's a quiet magic in the early morning hours, a sense of stillness and clarity that the rest of the day doesn't offer. Yet for many, the idea of waking up early feels like punishment. Why sacrifice those precious minutes of sleep? Here's why. Mornings set the tone for your entire day, and waking up early is a way to claim your time and energy before the world starts making demands. Science backs this habit. Research from the University of Toronto found that early risers tend to be more optimistic and proactive than their late sleeping counterparts. When you wake up early, you give yourself time to think, plan, and focus without the rush. Imagine sipping a cup of coffee in peace, organizing your priorities, or simply enjoying the sunrise. It's not just time, it's your time. Waking up early also aligns with your body's natural rhythms. These rhythms, known as circadian cycles, influence your energy levels, mood, and productivity. Rising with the sun supports these cycles, leaving you feeling more refreshed and focused. Contrast that with waking up late, rushing out the door, and spending the rest of the day playing catch-up. Which sounds better? Of course, becoming an early riser takes effort. Start by adjusting your bedtime gradually, just 15 minutes earlier each night. Avoid screens before bed. The blue light disrupts your body's natural sleep signals. Instead, create a calming evening routine that helps you wind down, like reading or meditating. Over time, your body will adjust, and mornings will feel less like a chore and more like an opportunity. The benefits of waking up early extend beyond productivity. It's about starting the day with intention rather than reaction. Instead of waking up to an alarm and immediately checking emails or social media, you're giving yourself space to breathe, reflect, and focus on what matters most. This practice sets a tone of calm and control that can carry through even the busiest days. So set that alarm, embrace the quiet of the morning, and take charge of your day before it takes charge of you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, the dawn is a reminder of the gift of a new beginning. Make the most of it. Lesson 8. Focus on the good in your life. How often do you catch yourself dwelling on what's wrong, what's missing, or what could have been better? It's easy to let negativity take the wheel, but here's the truth. What you focus on grows. Shifting your attention to the good in your life is not just a cliché. It's a powerful way to create more happiness and fulfillment. Gratitude is the foundation of this mindset. Studies show that practicing gratitude can improve mental health, strengthen relationships, and even boost your physical well-being. It's like rewiring your brain to notice the positives instead of the negatives. When you focus on the good, you train your mind to seek out more reasons to be grateful. Start with a simple practice. Each evening, write down 3 things that went well that day. They don't have to be monumental: a kind word from a friend, a good cup of coffee, or a moment of peace during a hectic day. Over time, this exercise rewires your brain to look for the good, even in challenging situations. But gratitude isn't just about listing what you appreciate. It's about immersing yourself in those moments. Take a walk and savor the fresh air. Spend time with loved ones and truly listen to them. Notice the small joys you might otherwise overlook. Life is full of these fleeting moments of beauty and connection if you choose to see them. Focusing on the good doesn't mean ignoring life's difficulties. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but even in the darkest times, there are sparks of light. Finding those sparks isn't about denial. It's about resilience. It's about reminding yourself that no matter how tough things get, there is still something to be thankful for. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed or stuck in negativity, pause. Look around and ask yourself, what's good in this moment? The answer might surprise you. By choosing to focus on the good, you're not just improving your day, you're transforming your life. Remember, happiness isn't about having more, it's about seeing more. Lesson 9. Cultivate curiosity like a child. Do you remember the endless curiosity you had as a child? Every crack in the sidewalk, every new smell, every question seemed to hold the key to some magical discovery. Somewhere along the way, though, many of us traded curiosity for routine and comfort. But here's the thing. Curiosity isn't just for kids. It's a powerful tool for growth, connection, and finding joy in life's smallest moments. Curiosity keeps your mind sharp and your perspective fresh. Studies show that people who actively cultivate curiosity tend to be more creative and resilient. Why? Because asking questions opens doors to learning and keeps you adaptable in the face of change. The more you explore, the more you grow, not just intellectually, but emotionally. Start by challenging the why in your everyday life. Why do you feel stuck in a routine? Why does someone hold a different opinion than you? Instead of assuming you know the answer, dig deeper. Curiosity builds empathy and understanding, transforming disagreements into opportunities for connection. The Stoics valued curiosity as a means to wisdom. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Embrace not knowing as a chance to expand your world. Whether it's picking up a book on a subject you know nothing about, asking open-ended questions in a conversation, or trying a new skill, each act of curiosity brings you closer to a fuller, richer life. Let your curiosity guide you, even into areas that seem trivial or uncomfortable. Every moment of exploration is a chance to rediscover the wonder you once had as a child. In the end, a curious mind isn't just more knowledgeable, it's more alive. Lesson 10. Practice radical patience. In a world of instant gratification, patience feels like an outdated virtue. We want results now, answers immediately, and progress overnight. But the truth is, all great things, whether it's building a career, healing a relationship, or mastering a skill, require patience. Radical patience isn't about waiting passively. It's about trusting the process and staying steady in the face of uncertainty. Think of nature as your teacher. A tree doesn't rush to grow. It strengthens its roots, inching upward season by season. When you're patient, you allow life to unfold naturally without forcing outcomes. Patience teaches you to focus on what you can control: your effort, your mindset, and your resilience. Science agrees. Research in psychology shows that patience reduces stress and improves decision-making. When you're not rushing, you see opportunities and challenges more clearly. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond thoughtfully. The Stoics mastered the art of patience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Time is a sort of river of passing events, and strong is its current. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by, and another takes its place." Patience isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about appreciating the journey, no matter how long it takes. Start small. Whether it's waiting in line or working toward a long-term goal, remind yourself that growth takes time. Celebrate the process, not just the result. Radical patience isn't weakness. It's a profound strength that helps you endure challenges and savor triumphs. In a world that moves at breakneck speed, patience is your anchor. Trust the timing of your life. The best things are worth the wait. Lesson 11. Celebrate small wins, not just big victories. We often save our celebrations for the big milestones, a promotion, a new home, or a major achievement. But what about the small wins? These seemingly insignificant moments are the building blocks of success and happiness. Ignoring them is like rushing to the end of a book and skipping all the pages in between. Recognizing small wins isn't just about feeling good in the moment, it's about creating momentum. When you acknowledge progress, no matter how minor, you train your brain to stay motivated. Studies in psychology show that rewarding small successes releases dopamine, the same chemical that fuels bigger rewards. It's a cycle. The more you celebrate progress, the more motivated you are to keep going. Think about it. That early morning workout, finishing a chapter of a book, or even managing to say no to a bad habit for a day. Each of these deserves acknowledgement. By celebrating these moments, you're affirming your commitment to growth. You're telling yourself, "I'm capable of doing this." The Stoics believed in the power of daily reflection, and this lesson aligns perfectly. At the end of the day, take a moment to reflect on what went well, no matter how small. Write it down, share it with someone, or just take a second to smile at your progress. These tiny celebrations compound over time, building confidence and resilience. Life isn't a sprint to the finish line, it's a series of steps. The more you learn to appreciate the journey, the richer your experience becomes. Don't wait for the mountain summit to celebrate. Cheer for yourself as you take each step upward. Lesson 12. Embrace the power of doing nothing. In our fast-paced world, doing nothing is often seen as laziness or wasted time. But the truth is, intentional rest is one of the most productive things you can do for your mind and body. The art of doing nothing, whether it's staring at the sky, sitting quietly with your thoughts, or taking a leisurely walk, can unlock clarity, creativity, and peace. Research into mindfulness and meditation highlights how moments of intentional idleness reduce stress and improve focus. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, a state your brain enters during downtime that promotes problem-solving and creativity. Ironically, stepping back from the grind often leads to breakthroughs. The Stoics valued stillness as a path to wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." When you allow yourself moments of quiet, you reconnect with your inner self, finding perspective and calm. Try this. Carve out 10 minutes a day to do absolutely nothing. No phones, no tasks, no distractions. Let your mind wander. It may feel strange at first, but you'll soon notice how restorative this simple practice is. You'll find yourself more centered, less reactive, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. Doing nothing isn't laziness, it's a reset. It's the pause between notes that makes music beautiful. Embrace the stillness and watch as your mind and life regain their harmony. Lesson 13. Embrace the power of solitude. When was the last time you sat alone, truly alone, without distractions? In our hyper-connected world, solitude often feels like a punishment rather than a gift. But what if I told you that solitude isn't about being lonely? It's about reconnecting with yourself. It's a deliberate pause in a noisy world, a chance to hear your own thoughts and understand what truly matters. Solitude provides clarity. It gives you space to reflect on your goals, your relationships, and your purpose. Great thinkers like Aristotle, Nietzsche, and even modern psychologists emphasize the importance of solitude in cultivating creativity and emotional balance. By stepping away from the constant buzz, you can tune into your inner voice and silence the external chatter that clouds your decisions. But solitude isn't just sitting in silence. It's about engaging in mindful activities that center you, whether it's journaling, walking in nature, or simply observing the world around you. These moments help you recharge and find peace. They're a reminder that your value doesn't come from others' approval, but from the depth of your own thoughts and actions. Start small. Dedicate 10-15 minutes a day to solitude. No phones, no screens, no interruptions. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that's where the growth begins. Over time, you'll find yourself more focused, less anxious, and more attuned to what truly brings you joy. The Stoics often retreated into solitude to reflect on their lives and their place in the world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Solitude isn't an escape. It's an invitation to reconnect with the essence of who you are. Embrace it and watch how it transforms your perspective on life. Lesson 14. Find strength in vulnerability. Vulnerability. The word alone can make you uncomfortable. In a world that glorifies strength and self-sufficiency, showing vulnerability feels like exposing a weakness. But here's the truth. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's courage in its rawest form. It's the willingness to show up, to be seen, and to let others see your true self, even when you're uncertain or afraid. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open the door to deeper connections. Research by Dr. Brené Brown shows that vulnerability is the foundation of meaningful relationships. It's what fosters trust and authenticity. By hiding behind a mask of perfection, you miss out on the depth and richness that come from being genuine. Vulnerability also unlocks personal growth. It's through acknowledging your fears, failures, and insecurities that you find the strength to overcome them. Think about it. The greatest triumphs in your life likely began with a moment of vulnerability, a time when you took a risk, admitted you needed help, or shared your dreams despite the fear of judgment. The Stoics understood the power of vulnerability, though they framed it in terms of accepting what you cannot control. They taught that acknowledging your limits and imperfections is the first step toward true wisdom. As Seneca said, "Brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumph in war." Embracing your vulnerability is an act of bravery, a way of meeting life's challenges head-on. To practice vulnerability, start by being honest with yourself. Acknowledge your fears, your struggles, and your needs. Then, take small steps to share them with people you trust. You'll find that far from pushing others away, vulnerability draws them closer. It shows your humanity and inspires theirs. In a world obsessed with invulnerability, daring to be vulnerable is revolutionary. It's a quiet strength that transforms fear into connection, struggle into resilience, and isolation into belonging. So, let down your guard and embrace your authentic self. You're stronger for it.